So I'm very privileged to be interviewing you today. I had a few questions for you, so if you don't mind answering. Um, what are the most common cybercrimes and cyber attacks that are targeting the young generation in India, and what factors contribute to their vulnerability?
See, about a decade back, if we talked about cybercrime, it was considered to be an alien concept, as it's something which happens in somebody else's backyard. But as the decade has progressed, now everyone is directly or indirectly affected by cybercrimes. When you talk about the most common types of cybercrime, I can say they are corporate cybercrimes, online cybercrimes, and cybercrimes even impacting national security. For example, in about a few years back, there was a major electricity load shedding in Mumbai for 4 hours. When the cybercrime department investigated it, we found that 14 Trojan horses were there in the electricity department servers. So there were hints of cybercrime affecting the electricity supply in Mumbai. Fortunately, we could harden those systems, we could put in cybersecurity audits in place, and electricity department could overcome it. So the most common cybercrimes now affecting are crimes relating to ransomware, where the data of an organization is encrypted, crimes relating to sextortion, where India is becoming the sextortion capital of the world, where 500 such incidents happen every day in India, but only 0.5% are reported and registered, and also crimes relating to online financial frauds. So these are the three major categories of cybercrimes which India witnesses every single day.
So, how do you think parents and educators can play a very proactive role in educating and also protecting the youth from falling victim to cybercrimes?
It is quite surprising that at present, India is having 700 million or 70 crore smartphones. So India is itself having 70 crore very sophisticated computers in the hands of its citizens. And many of these smartphones are in the hands of children. So a smartphone right now is more capable than supercomputers about a decade ago. So it's a very powerful machine where you can instantly get connected to the internet. And the reach and spread of internet is electrifying. It happens at that speed. So it is very, very important that parents pay attention to the online activities of the child, just they pay attention to the physical activity of the child. I must tell you that few days back we got a case where through online gaming, a child was traumatized to such an extent that he was on the verge of taking his life. Just a few days back, this case happened. Online gaming, such an innocuous concept, would never lead to mental trauma. But online gaming involves social engineering, whereby a child's mind, impressionable mind, can be affected to such an extent that he becomes an obedient slave of the other person. So much trust is generated. Even parents are not privy to such information, that even money is being parted, even explicit content or embarrassing photographs and videos are being transmitted to such a cyber criminal. So it is very important that parents play a vital role in regulating, if not monitoring, the online activity of their children.
So, what strategies has India implemented to raise awareness among the youth about cybersecurity and safe online practices?
I always say that awareness is the best defense against cybercrime. Because cybercrime is one category of crime which knows no transnational boundaries. A crime can happen with somebody sitting in France or Ethiopia or anywhere. It has no national boundaries, number one. Number two, it is very difficult to track back. It is very difficult to track back because it is not governed by physical presence. It is governed by something called IP addresses or Internet Protocol addresses. So, best defense is awareness. For instance, if somebody knows that banks never ask for your password, PIN, CVV on telephone, then if somebody asks for such passwords or pins, a person will know immediately that this is a cyber fraud waiting to happen to him. So it is very important that awareness be generated, and this program is one such iconic programs where amongst netizens such awareness is being generated about cyberbullying, cyber harassment, etc. About cyberbullying, I would like to tell you that it is a process. It starts with a process called cyber stalking, where a person just does reconnaissance mission to identify the victim or the vulnerable elements. Once that identification is there, then comes cyber friendly chat and gaining trust, which we call cyber trusting. That means the person develops so much trust that suddenly child believes he is higher than parents or friends or peers. He is their one and all solution for everything. Then comes cyber harassment, where a person is bombarded with calls, messages, harassed, and then cyberbullying happens, which involves extortion, blackmailing, mental trauma, which may lead even to loss of life. So that's how this chain happens. It's very important for us to break the chain in between and save our children.
Lastly, sir, what advice would you give to young individuals who have been victims of cybercrime and cyber attacks, and what are the key challenges in combating and how can they cope with this in general?
Only 2 words advice. Number 1, be aware. Number 2, report immediately. So if you are hesitant to report to your parents, as I always say, destigmatization of, cyber harassment is very important. But if destigmatization has not happened and one is unwilling to report to their parents or peers, it's better to come to organizations like Brush of Hope and give them a helpline. We are giving them a helpline number by which they can just call and seek solace. Second is report. You should not be ashamed or embarrassed to report to police. We have several helplines like 112, 1930, etc. Just report to police. We'll be your friendly uncles who'll respond, save your life, and bring the culprit under the ambit of law. Thank you.
Thank you so much.